What's interesting is Knuth is wanting to come through. And he has not come through in years. And now he's doing his I want my time.
I bet it's because of all the stuff going on in Egypt.
There's a lot. And I want my time. He's been coming to me in my dreams. I've seen him in my bedroom twice.
Mm-hmm.
Just standing there at the foot of the bed going, just cocking his head like, pretty much like, soon, you and I. And it's been literally, I think, 7 or 8 years since he came through.
Mm.
The last time he came through, he was here for 3.5 hours. Because it was basically like, well, okay, I've got the individual who's going to allow me to trans-channel through them,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to make good use of the time. Because it had been probably 2 years before that. And I remember when I came out of that, people were laughing about some of the things that he said, quoting it, because apparently he's got an incredible sense of humor. He refers to people who we would call nitwits or whatever. He calls them eggheads. Eggheads. They're little pointy oval head. He just refers to them as eggheads. He talks about how, I remember one time he had talked about how lucky we were to be able to wear the clothes that we wear. That if you think that these long, he called them long tacky robes are comfortable, you got another thing coming. That it was a pain. He didn't use these exact words, but he was basically saying it was a pain in the butt to go to the bathroom. You've got like 20 pounds of robes and crap on you. And he talked about the consciousness back then. Apparently, the Egyptians were extremely highly evolved, and he said that they were being helped by beings from other planets. And that we all pretty much have DNA from other stars, he says. Other stars. That we're not just one species. And I thought about that and I went, because I heard it was voice taped, not this kind of tape. And he says, believe it or not, to your own good or your own peril. Believe it or not. Talking about embracing that.
Mm-hmm.
He said telepathic communication back in Egyptian times was totally normal.
Right. It should be in our times too. We've just been educated out of it.
It was as normal as cell phones are to us now.
Right.
To telepathically communicate. That they could do it with plants, they could do it with animals. They could telepathically connect with what we call starships or UFOs. They could telepathically communicate with the beings who were up there before they ever made it here.
Mm-hmm.
And after they left. And he's the one that told me that the pyramids were created from the top down.
Right.
Using gravity.
Or anti-gravity.
Well, they had been able
Yeah.
to harness the power of gravity and utilize it however they wanted with these other beings who intermingled with the people. And so, and women gave birth
Mm-hmm.
to these beings who were from other planets, other stars, other galaxies.
I think that's why there's such a variety of pyramids around our planet, because of that capability and the different cultures that move to those areas.
He talked about ley lines, vortexes, and the placement of those things, how important that was. That they weren't just plunked haphazardly.
Yeah.
Although that looks like a good spot over there, it was studied and that exact spot where the point of the pyramid points to a certain place in the galaxy.
Right. I downloaded a whole bunch of stuff about ley lines, and there's one real close to Salisbury, on the northern edge of it.
So, because he is also one of my spirit guides,
Right.
he's constantly, these days, hammering me about looking at the skies at night. He wants me going out every night that it's clear and look at the skies. And every night, Jan, I see something.
Yeah.
Every night. And so I telepathically send messages out. I say that I'm ready for more contact.
Are you getting anything back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.